r/rules horror. Posted by u/Crimson Wanderer 0. The Neon Mall. You wake up in your bed, and everyone's still asleep. You get out of bed and go to the bathroom to brush your teeth. You go downstairs and start watching some TV. A few minutes later, you hear footsteps coming down the stairs. It's Ian. He waves hey and heads into the kitchen. A few minutes later, Ian emerges with some toast and sits down next to you. He chows down as you continue to watch TV. Then, Amy appears from upstairs and gives a casual hi to both of you before making her way to the kitchen. Pretty soon, Amy's calling your and Ian's names to come to the kitchen, so you two get up and head over to see what the fuss is about. When you arrive, you're met with a delicious sight: pancakes, waffles, sausages, bacon, and cinnamon rolls all laid out before you. You grab a chair and munch down, with Ian doing the same. You give props to Amy for being a master chef, and she graciously thanks you. In the next moment, the rest of the gang arrives, and they're all mesmerized by the deliciousness of the breakfast. They also sit down and begin to devour the food. Fast forward to 11:00 p.m. After going to the mall in the afternoon, you and the group decide to go again at 11:00 p.m. Fast forward again to 5 o'clock. You and your friends head back to the mall. But a few seconds after you step in, everything fades into an empty void. A few seconds later, everything returns to normal. But you're not in the same mall anymore. There are blue and pink lights everywhere. And the lobby is quite massive. You and your friends see a book in your hands. You open it and begin reading. Hey there, welcome to the Neon Mall. We've got all the stuff you could ever want. Our food court has tons of great choices for you. Plus, we've got bright pink and blue neon lights all around the mall. It's awesome. Take a look at these rules to make sure you stay safe. Rule 1. Once you're inside the mall, you can't go back out until 11:50. If you try to leave early, you'll be stuck in the void, a fate worse than death. Rule 1A. If you don't manage to get out by 12 o'clock, you're stuck. The doors are impossible to break, so you'll just have to spend the night inside. Hopefully you make it through the night, and if you do, you can disregard Rule 1. Rule 2. This mall is like a never-ending maze that can randomly switch up its layout. For instance, one time you might find a hallway in a certain spot, but the next time there's no hallway. The lobby and food courts, though, always stay the same. This could result in you getting lost or killed by an entity. Rule 3. At this mall, we don't have your typical security guards. We've got knights straight out of the 16th century. Their armor is a bright blue color with a cool blue glow, and they have long blue capes to complete the look. If you see a guard that doesn't fit this description, run. It isn't a real guard. They are quite chill and social. Rule 4. Stealing from stores isn't worth it. The security guards will come after you with their swords. Don't even think about trying to take them on. They can lift an insane amount. Like 3,000 pounds. Don't even think about damaging them either. Rule 5. Stay away from that girl in the black dress. If you do end up talking to her, run to the guy's bathroom right away, even if you're a girl. That thing still has some manners. Rule 6. We don't have Starbucks here, we only have Tim Hortons. If you spot a Starbucks, it's not real. Quickly turn back and walk away. Rule 7. Our only Tim Hortons is by the food court, nowhere else. If you see one anywhere other than the food court, it's not real. Rule 8. Tim runs our Tim Hortons. He's got brown hair and eyes, and he's always rocking the Tim Hortons uniform. If the above description isn't right, just close your eyes and count to 10. The real Tim should be there. If you don't, you better be ready to meet your maker. Rule 9. Definitely show Tim some appreciation for everything he's done. You don't want to get on his bad side, do you? Rule 10. If you're lost or on your own, watch out for the creatures roaming around during the day. Run if you see one of them. Even if you're in a group, they won't hesitate to attack, and if they catch you, you're done for. If you do find yourself being chased, find a security guard. Rule 11. Stay away from the dude in the navy blue suit and fedora. Don't even think about talking to him. If you do, you'll become his puppet and never escape his grip till you die. Rule 12. If your seat is making weird noises in the food court, get a security guard right away. You might not be able to spot those things, but they're definitely after you. They're scared of security guards. Rule 13. Gary doesn't exist. Rule 14. Our staff has to wear either a pink or blue t-shirt paired with blue jeans. If the description listed is incorrect, it's not a staff member. Start running or die. Rule 15. If you see a staff member missing their face, please don't acknowledge it. You wouldn't want to become one, would you? Rule 16. Don't even think about going after the smell of cinnamon. People who have done that have disappeared without a trace. Rule 17, we don't have antique stores. We will never have antique stores. Rule 18, if you're trying to enter a store or restaurant, look at the logo. If it looks off in any way, for example, if the McDonald's M is red instead of the usual yellow, or it's misspelled, walk away. It's not a real restaurant or store. It's a trap set up by the corrupt. Rule 19, if you see anyone with gray skin and red eyes, stay away. We call those people the corrupt, so don't get too close if you don't want to end up like them. If they start coming your way, just run. Rule 20, you don't have to pay for the vending machines, just look out for the ones with blue labels. Don't use the ones with red labels, it's not going to be a good time for your insides. Rule 21, when inside a store with mannequins, please get what you need and quickly leave. We don't want to make the mannequins impatient. We don't want to have a broken neck, do we? Rule 22, if you're at the gardening shop, don't follow the sound of a woman humming. Unless you want to be past tense. Rule 23, when playing laser tag you should be greeted by a person in a green alien costume. His name is Marv. He will explain all the rules. Listen carefully, it could save your life. Rule 23A, when you're in the laser tag maze, don't wander off, it's pretty huge in there. Rule 23B, when playing in the maze, watch out. You and the other players aren't the only ones there. Rule 24, also when trying to buy a product check it first to see if it looks off in any way. For example, it could be miscolored. Rule 25, if at any point the neon mall's background music changes to a distorted and more sinister track, hide as quickly as possible and do not come out of hiding until you hear the music return to normal. Rule 26, if you hear voices calling out your name while exploring the mall, do not trust them. They are trying to trap you. Rule 27, avoid mirrors when possible. If you happen to look in one, check your face. If it seems distorted in any way, cover your eyes immediately. Rule 28, do not go into any rooms that are completely pitch black. They may be hiding something dangerous. Rule 29, if you see a neon mall employee acting strange or not themselves, get out of their line of sight immediately. They may be under the control of something or someone else. Rule 30, if you encounter any locked doors, do not try to force them open. What lies beyond those doors is a mystery, and it is best not to find out. Oh, and not to forget, we have an indoor golf course, bowling alley and ice skating rink too. Make sure to stay near any other wanderers that you stumble upon. The Neon Mall is a large and labyrinth-like structure, and it's easy for one to get lost there. Strength in numbers is necessary for survival. This is absurd, you curse under your breath. You and your friends begin exploring the Neon Mall, completely oblivious to the time. When you notice it's almost midnight, you rush to the nearest exit, desperate to escape before it's too late. But your efforts are in vain, as the doors snap shut at the stroke of 12 a.m. You let out a weary sigh as you realize you're trapped in the Neon Mall until the next morning. The doors will open again only then.